Hello students, today we are going to start with the first chapter of Information Technology. The first chapter is Introduction to Information Technology. In this video, we are going to learn four definitions, that is Information Technology, IT, Information Communication Technologies, ICT, third one is data, and the fourth one is information. We will also get to know the differences between data and information. After that, we are going to know about computer and computer system. So let us start. Definition of information technology. Now, information technology means to combine all the different technologies so that they can work on the information. So this is the basic idea of information technology, where all the different kind of technologies, they are coming and going to work on the information. Now let us see what all work we are going to perform on the information. IT encompasses all the technologies that we use in order to create, collect, process, protect, and store information. So in short, the different technologies are going to create the information, collect the information, process the information, protect the information, and store the information. So all of them are working on the center part, which is information. So all this, when they combine together, it becomes a information technology. It refers to hardware, software, and computer networks. When we are talking about information technology, then at that time, everything comes together. Software, hardware, and computer networks. All these are going to work together. Definition of ICT. Now, ICT is basically the transfer of your information. How the information is transferred, how it is going to be communicated from one person to another, and how we are going to use the communicated information. All this comes under ICT. So ICT, Information Communication Technology, involves transfer and use of all kind of information. So different informations, their transfer and the use comes under ICT. You should also know the full form of ICT. It is also asked in exams. Second point, ICT is driving force for social change. Now, it is because of this communication that we can transfer information from one place to another that many of these social changes are taking place. Now, before this pandemic, nobody had even thought that even the education can be online. Nobody had thought that we can do this online schooling. Now, because of this we can say that this new online teaching is the new thing. It is possible only and only because of ICT, because information can move from one place to another. So this is the driving force. ICT is the driving force to make the changes. Distance is no longer an issue when it comes to accessing the distance education, work from home. All these options are possible because distance is no longer a problem because of ICT. So this is about ICT. Coming to the next part, data and information. Now, if I say some random text, for example, I say 44, 22 and 18, they do not make any sense. But if I say 42, 18 and 24 are marks, then it becomes a sensible information. So data are some raw facts, that is, or they can be numbers, which do not mean anything in particular. But information is after processing the data, you get the information. So here we have data are raw facts. It can be characters, text, numbers, etc. Information is processed data. When we have some data, we arrange it, we formalize it and process it in some form to get the information. This information is utilized by humans in a significant way. They can make use of this information and get some things done. The example, Valley Road 27 Delhi. These are datas, random text and numbers which do not make any sense. The data appears to be random words and numbers, so just random. 27 Valley Road Delhi is information. So when this data is processed, it is formed in a particular way, it becomes information. However, when data is formatted, one can tell that this is address of a person. So when we are going to arrange it properly, when we are going to format it, it is going to be information which is going to be useful to us. Now you can be asked a question on difference between data and information for 2 marks. In that you have to write the first point as definition, definition of data, definition of information. Next point you can write it can be characters, text or numbers, etc. In information part you can write it is some formatted data that means something. In the third point you can give the example. Moving further, computer and computer system. The word computer is derived from the Latin word compute, which means to calculate, to find the sum, okay, or to compute. All these are different meanings of the word computer. Now, computer is an electronic device that accepts input from user, processes it according to instructions, and gives the required result as output. This is the definition of computer. If it is asked in exams, you have to write all these words correctly. Like there should be use of the word electronic device. Computer is an electronic device. Secondly, accept input from user, process it and give the result. These particular keywords must be written in the answer when you are defining some terms. This is a diagram of a computer wherein you can see different peripheral devices or different devices which are used by the computer. Next, computer system. Computer system can process data, audio, video, images. So whatever data you are providing data in any form, any text, any numbers, audios, windows, all different kinds of data can be processed by a computer system. It performs 5 operations. Now the 5 operations, first one, accept input, second, store data, third one, process the data, fourth one, gives output, and the last one, controls operation of computer. So these different points, they can be asked for MCQ 3 correct or 2 correct. So here also you can see this in a diagrammatic form. Here we have input devices which is going to accept the input, then it is going to give it to the processor, it is going to process it. With processing, it is going to store the data also. It can store it in the storage devices, in the memory, and finally after the processing is done, it will display the output in the output devices. So computer system has these 5 basic operations. These 5 operations you have to remember, they can be asked for your MCQs.